From watermelon tacos to a birthday lunch for twin brothers, today I have a bunch of fun and interesting lunch ideas to share with you. I'm Jennifer with the Family Fudge, and welcome to Subscriber Lunch Sunday. Okay guys, before we get started, if you'd like to send in your lunch idea, number 1, make sure you're subscribed. And number 2, go ahead and click the link in the description box below, and that's how you send in your idea. Now let's get started. First up, I have a lunch idea sent in by Sunny. She's 12 years old and is from Arizona. Now I've actually been holding on to Sunny's lunch idea for a little while. For her main course, Sunny requested a watermelon taco. That's right, watermelon taco, and this is not a sweet thing, it's a savory dish. For this recipe, I'm going to be using tomatillos, which are kind of sticky, a jalapeno, purple onion. I'm just going to chop up all of these ingredients and cook them in some olive oil with salt and pepper. Now, if you guys are curious, I'll go ahead and put a link to the original recipe in the description box below if you want to try this. But this recipe is from the Food Network, so I'm guessing it's pretty popular. Now that our veggies are cooked, I'm going to set those aside and move on to our chicken. This recipe uses fully cooked chicken, so it's a big time saver. I'm going to be using this one from Costco. You could shred the meat or chop it up however you'd like. So I've added about 3 cups of that chicken into the pan with my veggies, and then I'm going to mix them all together. Now there are a lot of flavors going on in here. Of course we have the jalapeno, which is a little bit spicy, and the tomatillos are kind of tart, like a little bit of a tart flavor, but they work really well together, especially with the next part that I'm about to make. But before I move on to that part, I am going to go ahead and squeeze the juice of 1 lime directly into this mixture. So to a separate bowl, I'm going to add about 2 cups of chopped up watermelon. Now this is seedless watermelon, and I've cut them pretty small so that they would fit in our taco. To our watermelon, I'm going to add some thinly sliced purple onion, some cilantro, the juice of 1 lime, and then finally I have some really special cheese to throw in there as well. I'm going to add about 1 cup of this cotija cheese. Now I'd say this is kind of like a Mexican Parmesan cheese. I'm just going to add a few shakes of salt and pepper and then mix this all together. Now to build the taco, I added a scoop of our chicken mixture and then topped it with our watermelon mixture, sprinkled a little bit more cheese on top, and it's ready to go. Now I know this taco sounds different and it definitely looks different, but I've tried it, you guys, and it's surprisingly good. A really awesome combination of flavors, but I don't know if the kids will like it. We'll have to wait and see. Now to go along with Sunny's lunch, I'm also adding some avocado. I've added a little bit of lime juice on there so it doesn't turn brown. And then for her fruit, she requested lots of watermelon. And then for her snack, I'm adding some rolled up tortilla chips, otherwise known as Takis, but these are the really mild ones, so they're not too spicy at all. And then since I have a little extra space in the lunchbox, I'm going to go ahead and double up on that watermelon. Now that brings us to the special treat. For Sunny's lunch, she requested coconut cookies, and I actually have 2 different choices. I have some of these coconut Oreo thins, but then I also have some of these crispy coconut rolls. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop a poll in right here, and you guys can vote which one do you think I should put in Sunny's lunch. Personally, I think these are both delicious, but they're pretty different. But I think for Sunny's lunch, I'm going to go ahead and go with the coconut rolls. Since we have our rolled up tortillas, they kind of go together. Now to keep these cookies nice and fresh, I'll go ahead and put these in a separate container, just like that. These are so good, you guys. They don't actually have coconut filling on the inside, it's just like a crispy wafer, but there's also black sesame seeds in there. They're very good and they're not too sweet. And then last but not least, for Sunny's drink today, she requested coconut water. So I went ahead and grabbed this can from Walmart. Never tried it before. Now this one actually has no pulp, but if you've ever tried the one with pulp, I highly recommend that. It's actually really good. And there you have it. There is Sunny's lunch. Now let's see if we can get Mackenzie to give it a try and tell us what she thinks. Okay, Mackenzie, what do you think of this lunch?
The taco was actually pretty good, but my favorite thing from the lunch is the coconut cookies.
Next up, I have a lunch idea sent in by 2 brothers, 2 twin brothers to be exact. They are Jacobus and Lazarus, and they are from Texas. Oh yeah, and did I mention it's their birthday? So this is what they'd like to have for their birthday lunch. So for these brothers, I'm just going to be making one lunch. They work together on picking out these things. And I'm gonna start off with making their main course first, which is a delicious sandwich. They requested a combination of Nutella, which you know I love. That chocolate hazelnut spread is so good. It definitely makes any sandwich more of a special occasion. I'll go ahead and put a thin layer on this side. And then on the other side, they requested strawberry jam. I think that's such an interesting combination. I think if you're a big fan of chocolate covered strawberries, then you would probably love this sandwich. So on goes the strawberry jam. I'm just putting a thin layer here because I don't want the sandwich to be too messy or too sweet. So now I'm going to go ahead and close up this sandwich. And I wanted to use a really fun sandwich cutter for this, since it is their birthday after all. Now when I was at Target the other day, I saw that they had some new sandwich cutters. But I have to say, you guys, these sandwich cutters look really, really big. So I wanted to get them home to see if they would actually work. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the dinosaur one and see if it'll actually fit our bread. Oh, just as I suspected, you guys. If you buy the sandwich cutters from Target, you better have some really big slices of bread or it's not going to work. So instead of using the Target sandwich cutter, I'm going to go ahead and use the one from the Bunches of Lunches kit instead. There's also a dinosaur one in there and it fits the bread perfectly. As you can see, it really just cuts off the crust, which I know a lot of kids prefer anyway. It doesn't waste a lot of the sandwich and it fits the bread beautifully. Just like that. And now we have 2 chocolate strawberry dino sandwiches, perfect for our brothers. Now moving on to the fruits and veggies. These brothers requested some peas, and I wasn't quite sure if they meant green peas or sugar snap peas, but I went with the sugar snap peas. So I'm just going to add some right into here with a little container of ranch for dipping. I know my kids love dipping their sugar snap peas in ranch. It's a really good combination. Now for their fruit, these brothers requested their favorites. One brother requested strawberries cut in half. To decorate these strawberries, I'm going to be adding a happy birthday pick, and I actually have several different varieties, a purple one, a cloud, and a red one. I'm going to go with the cloud. I think that one is really fun. I'll go ahead and stick that right in there. They can use this to pick up their fruit, make a little fruit skewer. And then the second brother requested grapes. Cut in half, of course. Especially for younger kids, it's always safer to cut their grapes in half. And I'll go ahead and add a matching happy birthday pick in there as well. This is looking so cute already, but I still have a few more things to add. I'm gonna bust out another container with 2 separate sections. That way I can fit the snack and the treat. For their snack today, they requested goldfish crackers, but as you guys probably know, there are tons of different flavors of goldfish crackers now. They requested just the plain goldfish crackers. These are not even cheese flavored. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite flavor of goldfish crackers is. My favorite is probably the classic cheese. And then of course, since it is their birthday, they requested some birthday cake Oreos. So I'm going to go ahead and fit as many as I can in this little section. If you've never tried the birthday cake Oreos, they pretty much taste like a regular Oreo, but inside the frosting there's little sprinkles like you might find on a birthday cake. And then last but not least, for their drink today, they requested water. And I recently found the most adorable water bottles. These are perfect for upcycling. They're so cute. As you can see, I have a Donald Duck one and I also have a Goofy one. And I think for this lunch today, I'm gonna go with Goofy. He just seems like he would be more fun at a birthday party. And there you have it, Jacobus and Lazarus lunch. I hope you guys have an awesome birthday. For this lunch, Jackson is gonna be our taste tester.
My favorite was the sandwiches. Strawberry and chocolate are a good combination.
Our next lunch idea was sent in by the sister of Brandon. Brandon is 20 years old and is from Michigan. And his sister let me know that Brandon is a huge fan of Bunches of Lunches. So thank you so much, Brandon, for watching and for loving our videos. For Brandon's lunch today, I'm going to start with his main course first. And one of Brandon's favorite foods is the Chef Boyardee beefaroni. If you've never had beefaroni, it's basically pasta in a tomato meat sauce. And when I was at the store, I actually found 2 different kinds. We have this one, which is how all of the Chef Boyardee products look today. But then right next to it, I also found this version of beefaroni, which claims to be a throwback recipe. So I'm guessing that this is how the cans used to look a long time ago, and that the recipes might be a little bit different. Now I have to tell you guys, I've never had beefaroni, so I thought it would be fun to do a little taste test to see which one we like better, and then put that one in Brandon's lunch. In this first bowl, I'm adding the modern day recipe for beefaroni, and I am putting both of these in microwave safe bowls, because that's the great thing about the canned pasta is you just have to heat it up. It's super quick. So there we have that version. And then in this other bowl, I'm going to add the throwback recipe. Now, so far, I can already tell that these noodles look exactly the same. They're the same shape and the same size. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop these into the microwave and then we can have our taste test. While these are still nice and hot, I'll go ahead and add them to these little taste test containers. Yeah, I would definitely say that the modern recipe has a much thinner and much lighter colored sauce, but let's give it a try. Pretty good. If you've ever had SpaghettiOs, it tastes exactly like SpaghettiOs. It's just a different shaped pasta. Now for this other one. Okay, my honest opinion is that they're pretty similar, almost identical. I do have to say that the throwback version does taste a little beefier, if that can be a thing. The sauce is definitely thicker in the throwback version, but you guys, they are both good. So in goes the winning beefaroni right into the lunchbox. I'll go ahead and add the lid on there so it can stay nice and hot. And now I'm going to move on to the fruits and veggies. For Brandon's veggies, I'm adding a combination of cauliflower and broccoli, but I made sure to steam these so they wouldn't be hard and crunchy because I know Brandon's not a huge fan of crunchy vegetables. So these are nice and soft, but they're not mushy at all. Now, while these veggies are still nice and hot, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese right on the top. And that's actually a really good trick if you're trying to get little kids to eat their vegetables, especially with broccoli, is just add a little bit of cheese on top. It definitely helps make it taste a little bit better. Next up, I'm going to add lots of fruit. Brandon is a fan of lots of different kinds of fruit. First, I have a golden kiwi, which is just like a regular kiwi, just a little bit lighter in color. I'm also adding some strawberries that I've cut in half. I'll go ahead and add these little picks in there. For his snack, I'm going to add a string cheese. And then I almost forgot, I'm also going to be adding a banana. Because according to his sister, Brandon goes banana for bananas. And he really loves it when she scratches his name into the banana. Now, I actually do this all the time. It's really easy to do. You can just take a little toothpick and very gently you want to scratch letters into the banana peel. You don't want to go all the way through the banana. But as time passes, these letters will become darker and you'll be able to see the hidden message. I'm just going to go ahead and write Brandon's name. And check this out, you guys. I found these really adorable banana keepers at Aldi. So you just put your little banana in there, close it up, and then you could throw it into your lunch bag or your backpack and your banana won't get smashed. It's cute and functional. Next up, I have a very special treat. Now, Brandon's not a huge fan of cakes or cookies or anything crunchy, but since he does love bananas and ice cream, I thought these frozen bananas would be perfect. Now, of course, these wouldn't really stay very well if you were sending him to school, but these are definitely a yummy treat if you're at home. These are called Banana Babies, and it's really just a banana dipped in chocolate and nothing else. And since the banana is frozen, it almost seems like you're having ice cream. And then for his drink, I know Brandon likes lemonade, and he's also a big fan of chocolate milk, so I decided to go with the chocolate milk. I've actually never seen this brand before. It claims to be extra chocolatey, so I'm guessing it's gonna be good. And there you have it. There's Brandon's lunch for today. Our taste tester for this lunch is Lily.
My favorite part of this one was the banana, the chocolate one, and the chocolate milk. Also the kiwi.
Up next, I have a lunch idea sent in by Rukia. She is 12 years old and is from Canada. Now for her main course, Rukia chose a lunchtime classic, a good old grilled cheese. Now if you missed my video yesterday, I actually made a rainbow grilled cheese, and that was really fun and colorful. But today I'm just making the classic version. I'm adding a little bit of butter to my pan. Next I'm going to add some bread, 2 slices of cheese, both cheddar and Monterey Jack. I love the combinations of the two cheeses together. And I'm just going to cook this until the bread is nice and golden brown and the cheese is melted inside. For this grilled cheese today, Rukia also requested that I cut the sandwich into triangles. So I'll go ahead and do that and then get it into the lunchbox. Now for her fruit today, she requested a fruit salad. So I'm actually going to be using a combination of apples, peaches, and bananas. I would have added pears as well, but I couldn't find any at my store. They were all out of pears. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up these fruits. And then to finish off this fruit salad, I'm also going to drizzle a little bit of orange juice all over the top. This is going to add a delicious flavor and it's going to help keep our fruit from turning brown. I'll go ahead and stir that up. And then I'm going to fill this back section all the way up with this delicious fruit salad. Now moving on to the veggies, we're going to be tripling our veggies today since Rukia also requested veggies for her snack. First I'm adding some broccoli. I'll go ahead and add some little eye picks in there because that's what I love to do to make broccoli more fun. So now we have a little broccoli monster. Next I'm adding some slices of cucumber. And then in this center section I have just enough room for some baby carrots. And I love to add these little leaf picks to my carrots. They are so cute. Now I don't think the fruit salad would be easily eaten with a food pick, so instead I'm going to add a fork. And then I'm also going to include this little container of ranch for the carrots, the cucumber, and even the broccoli to dip in. Now that brings us to the special treat. For her lunch today, I'm adding a combination of 2 different chocolatey items. And I decided to put these in a separate container. I got this really cute little bento box from Daiso, which is like the Japanese dollar store, and I think it is adorable. First, I'm adding some mini Kit Kats. Now these do taste just like a regular Kit Kat, but instead of having a bar, they're like these little tiny squares. So I'm just adding a handful right in there. And then to go along with those, I'm also adding some brownies. But these are actually brownie chips, so they're nice and little and crispy and perfect for this lunchbox. And then finally we have a special drink. For her lunch today, she requested apple juice, and I decided to bust out my ultra rare purple mini topper. I know some of you guys might be wondering exactly how many of these toppers I have, and it's a lot. It's probably like 100. I probably have like 100 different toppers. It's crazy, but I love them. In fact, sometime once we're all moved in, I would like to take you guys on a tour of all of my lunch supplies because you'd probably be shocked and amazed because I have a lot of lunch supplies. Our taste tester for this lunch is Griffin. What was your favorite part?
I like chocolate and cookies.
And grilled cheese too?
And can you make that once again?
Make it again? Yeah, I can make it again. You really like that lunch, huh? Okay guys, now don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button if you're new. Thanks for watching and we'll
see you next time. Bye guys.